Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm Damon Hatfield, and Marcus from EA here is going to tell us all about the new Need for Speed.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I was here 2 years ago, spoke about Need for Speed Rivals.
Right.
We're now talking about the reboot of Need for Speed, something that we take really seriously. Ghost games are kind of getting warm in our clothes about making Need for Speed games, and now, we're really making games that we think our fans have been asking for, with really deep customization, all the way down to customizing the handling of the car from grip to drift, and obviously, almost down to ridiculous detail of the car.
Yeah. So Need for Speed is a long-running franchise. What does that mean after all this time to reboot it?
It really is to find who we really are and understand how we can make the game that our fans have really been asking for.
Are we in the game here? Is this like footage that we're going to see in the game?
This is a small selection of the narrative you're going to be seeing in the game. Yeah, absolutely. And you also see one of the absolute major, technical innovations that you'll see here at E3 this year is obviously how we can integrate that piece of, digital car into a live scene and make it look really real and seamlessly transform into that customization we've been talking about. The important thing for us, talking to our fans about what they want in customization is obviously depth, variation, but also that it cuts back into what car culture is. Authentic aftermarket products are just being stacked upon, this car in this, in this game.
Mm-hmm. So you earn money by completing missions, races.
Yeah, the world of car culture is really about reputation. If you go out there, to the real world of car culture, is about what car you're driving, what have you done, and the same thing goes for this game. The currency is really reputation. You also have money you earn, and they both will take you throughout the game in different aspects of it. The customization itself is driven by the money you have in the game.
All right, so we leave the garage. What are we going to do here? Are we going to start a race?
Yeah, so now you're driving out, and you're now being called to an event in the game, something we call Drift Attack, which is basically you go out with your pals and you drift, kind of driving irresponsibly, kind of the core tenor of Need for Speed, against traffic in Ventura Bay, which is this fictional city that we built up with LA as a model. Clearly, you can see that we're pushing production values really, really hard with this game. The Frostbite.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Like, I love the wet roads.
Yeah, it really is. It's something that we are very, very proud of. That physical rendering that we get from Frostbite. But obviously, we wouldn't be able to do this without a seriously talented team.
Now you've called this a nocturnal open world. Does the entire game take place at night?
It takes place from dusk to dawn, so there's variations in there in different segments of this world. This is a pretty massive world actually. It's roughly twice the size of what we had in Rivals, even though the size is not that important, it's more of the breadth of different experiences you have there. So you'll have the kind of Rivals driving up in the mountains, but then down to that tight city corner driving that you have, and you see on the screen right now.
And you've been focused on what you're calling 5 ways to play. So what are those 5 ways?
So the 5 ways to play really come from what we believe is the perfect Need for Speed experience. For me, Need for Speed is about going insanely fast, but doing that with style, kind of sideways through a corner, in a customized ride, together with your friends, and being chased by cops at the same time. We have kind of incorporated that into the game in such ways that you can see the scoring being based upon that, and the actual narrative is going to be 5-threaded. So you have 5 different ways to play through the game based upon those 5 styles.
I see. Very cool. Need for Speed is out November 3rd. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
For which platforms?
For PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Cool. Marcus, thank you so much for coming by the show.
Thank you.
Need for Speed. Stay tuned. We have much more to come here from E3 2015 at IGN.